And that same thing goes with parents too. Like they are also
Mhm.
their own people. And I'm really, especially with my dad, he's got a lot of stories I'm sure that haven't been told, but my mom especially is the kind of person who she won't bring up like her own like stories or her own wild family past unless you ask about it, or it might just come out like an offhand comment. Like relatively recently, she just busted out the news that like my aunt, her older sister, had a previous life before meeting her current husband and the guy I know is my uncle. I was like, wait, what? When did this happen? And she's, oh yeah, you didn't know? Like, no, you didn't tell me any of this. How would I have known that? But those secrets now I'm trying to more proactively get at those, both for I'm sure it'll show up in the writing, but mostly just as a person. I want to round out that part of who my parents were and are as people, separate from, but also irrevocably influenced by their role as parents.
Yeah, 100%. It just reminds me that sentiment. You're like, "Oh, yeah, like, you had a whole life that has nothing to do
Yeah,
with us."
yeah.
So, I just remember it just reminds me just stories that our parents may not have thought about to tell us. I just remember talking to my mom about the movie Mommy Dearest where I didn't realize it was based on a memoir, and then it was really funny because a core memory is when I'm, like, really young, like, under 10 maybe, where I was like, "Okay, mommy dearest," and she was like, "Do not ever call me that." And I just remember she was serious, and then I'm like I discovered why, and then I eventually watched the movie, and then I was like, how scandalous it was, and was it really true, the memoir, whatever. And then I asked my mom, I was like, how was it when it came out or whatever? And she was like, I don't know. I was thinking like, what's the big deal? Everybody was like all about the abuse, but it's like my mom chased me around with a whip she bought from Mexico. Like what like in the kitchen. And when it would break or wear off, she'd go back to Mexico and buy another one. So that's just what it reminds me of those stories where
Mhm,
it's again, it's like digging a little bit deeper.
mhm.
That's a whole cultural thing, right? Like we're in America, it's just, oh my God, the wire hanger. And here my mom is like, what? I got chased around my kitchen
Yeah.
with a whip, and my mom would keep a fresh one
Mhm.
around.